So this week I got accused of being too salesy uh, on some feedback I got while I was doing a training thing. So I wanted to really dive into this concept of salesy. So I think when people say that you're too salesy, I think what they mean is that, uh, you know, I thought about what I think of salesy, and then I researched a little bit about what that phrase means. And I think it comes from a style of interaction that prioritizes the sale over genuine engagement. I think it's marked by forceful, maybe even a scripted approach. Uh, it pays little heed to what the customer's even saying or wants to say or their responses. A salesy person would be overly aggressive, pushing their product or whatever they're selling with high intensity, with really persuasive or high pressure tactics. That's the way I feel that salesy means. It's the stereotypical used car salesman thing. Um, but that was not the intent of the feedback I got. I think the person was using the phrase salesy to refer to something else, and that's what I wanted to dive into. Because this is a personal thing that I have. Like, let me give you an example. Like, my wife has banned me completely from playing Monopoly at home. And it's because when we play Monopoly, I'm constantly bartering and negotiating with the family for position. I'm trading value for value. They have something I want, I have something they want, so I make a trade. So I'm exchanging value and I'm communicating that value. Now, my wife views that as cheating, but it's clearly in the rules that you're allowed to do this. So, and that's the whole point of Monopoly, is to emulate the buying and trading of real estate assets. I mean, that's the whole point. So, but I understand what she said. I understand what she's saying, because my intent is to win the game. So that's interesting to me. So then I begin to wonder, is wanting to sell something to somebody a bad thing? So if I get into a conversation with, a potential customer or somebody on the phone or wherever, and they get the feeling that I want to sell them something, is that a bad thing? Or should I hide the fact that I'm trying to sell something? Should I try to be clandestine about it? Like, secretly, suddenly, at the last minute, let them know that I'm trying to sell. I don't think it's a bad thing to be transparent about what your intent for the talk is, for the conversation. I think they know it anyway. I mean, if you're a salesperson, or you're a business owner, or a founder, or you have a product or service that you're representing, and you're talking to somebody you don't know very well, they believe already that your intent is to sell something. So why hide the fact? I don't think that's what we mean by being too salesy. So, but then I started thinking about this. If somebody's intent is not right, so if somebody's intent is personal greed and only personal greed, and you're talking to somebody, won't they get that feeling? And then I look back at the comment that was given to me this last week, and we were doing this role play scenario, which my intent was to get out of the role play scenario. I did not want to do this, right? So my intent was to get out of it. So I think she picked up very accurately what my intent was. My intent was not the betterment of the person I was talking to. My intent was to get out. So I think she picked up on that. So I think that's what she meant by salesy. But that really led me down to this conclusion, which I think is very valuable. Intent really matters. When you're talking to another person, or you're talking to, a potential customer or whatever, they humans have this uncanny ability to detect what another person's intent is. So if you don't have the right intent, they will know it. So I think that is probably the secret. They have to actually believe that your intent is to help them. And the only way they're going to believe that is if that is actually true. So helping your client or helping somebody succeed, if that is your core intent, then you'll never come across as salesy. So anyway, that was my thoughts on the concept of redefining what salesy means.